Good morning, everybody. This is Jonathan Crutas, and today is the 8th of December 2023. Uh, it's only about, I guess, 17 days. 17 days until it's Christmas. So, yeah. What I wanna say to you guys is that maybe the reason why I feel unsafe, maybe the reason why I don't express much to the people around me, maybe I am selfish. Maybe I am preventing other people from being educated or preventing other people from knowing the same things as I do. But I don't see it that way. You know, I know that we all offer something very valuable, something that we learned from our past experiences that can only be understood either by having the person who have gone through that experience tell you what they have learned, or you go to the same experience that they have gone through. Those are the only things in which the wise could pass the knowledge that he possesses to you. But there's a lot of prerequisites that we must pass. You know, you cannot take the good without the bad. When you take something and when you've been given something, you must take it whole. You cannot choose a side. You cannot pick what's beneficial for you. You must take them both, or else you are taking nothing at all. It's like a rose is not a rose if it does not have any thorns. But Fred, thorns are very painful. Should it poke you, you will bleed. You will get injured. But the rose is a very beautiful flower, right? Exactly. So, in life, everything is an experience, man. And I think for me, if you are young, it's very good to experience all the bad things in the world. Because when you grow up, it will remind you that the happiness, the joy that you're feeling right now is real because you have something to compare to. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys a story. When I was a child, the way that my father will act, as well as my mother when there are visitors, compared to how they act when it's just me in the house, is very different. When there are visitors, for example, my cousins, my uncles, and aunts, they are very good people. My parents, they're very respectful. They are. It's like the masks that they have are very well performed. You know, the persona that they develop. They are very warm. But when the guests leave the house, and it's just me and them, it's an entire different story. It's like you can't have light without the dark. When something is shining on you, when something is shown on you, the brighter the light, the darker the dark the darker the shadow is, right? So yeah, uh, my parents, they were very abusive. They were very violent individuals, not just physically. They would beat my ass up. They would smack me with the belt. They would not hear a word that I just said. I know that all of those things are very wrong because when you were a child, it's like you have a moral compass that is tuned right. David Goggins talked about it in his book, Can't Hurt Me. You know, when you're 6, 7, 8 years old, you have a sense of what is right and what feels wrong. So I had that. I know what they were doing was wrong, and all I can see back then was not that they are also hurt by who raised them, but the only thing that I see back then was how they have hurt me when I've done nothing wrong and I'm just a child being a child. And so I've developed ways to cope, to release these stress inside me. I've developed ways for the violence to gradually decrease or just to not continue anymore, to cease to exist. So what I've developed over time was making myself feel small, not being very confident about the things that I've achieved because I never felt enough in this household, you know. The way that they would treat me as a child versus how they would treat other children is very different. It's like they could just give attention, care, affection to other children very effortlessly. But when it comes to me, they never does that. They never do that. It's only when I perform an act that they don't like that they pay attention to me. That is why I piss a lot of people right now. I've been conditioned that only time that someone will pay attention to me, someone will see me, someone will hear me, someone will look at my direction is that when I do something that is against what they think is right. Yeah, so I've developed this technique to make myself feel small so that they won't look at my direction and beat me. Um, I've developed. I cut out my speech. I am not talking anymore. I become unpredictable on purpose so that they won't be able to tell my next move. It's like we're always sizing each other up, you know. I never had any allies here on the house. I've raised myself since the beginning. The look in my mom's face is, as far as I can remember, disgusted. She was disgusted to have me. Uh, it's like I'm just an achievement to them, you know. There are really no purpose in having me, in having a child brought into their worlds. It's just an achievement. It's just for formality. That's how, that's what I've experienced. You know what, they they will always make up stories on how I was wrong, that what I've felt, that what I've experienced, that what I've gone through is the wrong things, is are lies. You know, it didn't happen that way. I was a child, mind you, back then, and they are adults. They have no control over their emotions, their impulses. They would beat me in a bat of an eye. They would slap me in the face if I ever talk while they are talking. They always say that it's bad to talk when somebody else is talking, which I agree. But as a child, when you hear something that is wrong, that you can make a suggestion. It's not that you are asserting that you are correct. It's just you want to help them because as a child you are much closer to the source. You are much closer to the truth. Kids never lie. Children never lie. Because what could they gain much better than innocence, than their bright souls and spirits? So they would never lie. That's what I believe. That's what I stand for. Uh, that is why right now I feel very heavy. I've not been able to express myself a lot. I've been hiding myself. I've been hiding the things that could help millions, billions, trillions of people in the world. And the people around me knows it. I feel a shift in their energies when I'm around them. The very masculine women become feminine. The very selfish people become selfless. When I'm around these people, a significant change has been occurring to them. And I'm not just the one who notices that. You can ask everyone that I have been around, that knows me, that whenever I am there, they feel different. They feel serenity. They feel wonder. They feel very curious of who this person is. I just have that very comforting aura around me that I've developed. I am trying to be an embodiment of security, and I may not be able to do that using violence, but I'm able to do that through the mind. And I believe the mind is a very powerful thing, guys. I believe that I agree with Machiavelli that if you can win it by deception, then do so. Violence is never necessary if you can win a war with deception. The mind is a very powerful thing, guys. The only reason why I'm able to access my mind, make conversations with my head, is because I cannot make a conversation using my mouth. Because every time that I would talk, they would beat me up. Well, it always had a huge consequence. And I've learned over time, my brain have developed over time to just shut my mouth down. So yeah, I guess this video is a lot of help to you guys. I know it. This is a very important video that I've made over the past year. So I suggest you guys watch it through the end. Right now it's been 14 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and hopefully someone out there, a child, a young man, a young woman, will reach this, and it makes their life a little less shittier. So yeah, that's all. Hi guys. Yeah, that's all.